What's going on, guys? Before we start, we're gonna do a little activity. It's like I've been noticing, it's a lot of tension. We been getting into a lot of heated arguments on camera, off camera. You know, people can tell there's been like tension, like it's like a real problem. I've been getting like, man, y'all straight, y'all good, it's been like tension. So what I want to do is like, I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna start with Nina. I'm sorry for last week, the misunderstanding.
Oh, you good?
No. And before you start, I don't want nobody saying it's all good.
Because that's how we play though. You know.
I know. But what you say on the episode about 21 questions? I'm what? I'm very what? Apologetic person.
Yeah.
So.
You transparent.
Respect it.
So
I respect it.
So what I'm saying is, like, we be getting to it. You know, some people think it's real. You know, some people think we don't like each other. So that's why I'm doing this now. It's because we're doing mental health. So let's like, if we have problems or we have arguments, if we don't yell at each other. I feel like the time is now.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying. Even though it was playing, but maybe I felt a little bit, but I don't. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I'm just gonna pop shit while you looking over there.
Because I was going to say something, but I want you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think in all situations like that, somebody feel a little something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, always. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when we don't really talk about stuff. So I feel like today is a great day to do it because we're simply doing an episode on mental health. Mm-hmm. So like I said before, you may not took it that way. Yeah. Maybe I did, but I don't know. Let me say I'm sorry.
And I accept your apology.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally, after we left here, that day we recorded, I didn't think nothing else about it. Because we all, besides cursing, us three, we got smart mouths, and we gonna clap back at one another. I ain't really think nothing up, but I do accept your apology, and I appreciate appreciate your apology.
I'm sorry, Bishop and Anita, for episode 1.
Oh.
No, for real. Because what Cole always say, man, behind jokes can turn into true shit, right?
Yeah.
So y'all joking about it, but y'all still feel some type of way. You're joking about it. So that's why
I ain't gonna lie, then that first episode, I was like, damn, we're gonna keep coming down. Alright, cool. It's cool.
But see, we never talked about it, so I feel like today is the day to do it.
That was our first time.
That was our first time.
But like I said before, it's my fault because I should have told y'all. Sometimes I get like happy when somebody say something like, "Oh, it triggers something in my mind." I'm like, "Oh, but
let me say this."
Yeah.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, so that's why
So since we're on this apologetic tour, well, I don't say apologetic tour, but how do you feel that time you took the L? Or was it?
Bishop, you know what?
I'm just asking.
I'm trying to get past the past.
I won't even pass that. All right. That's understandable.
We agreed to disagree. Don't bring that back up no more. Next time we agree.
Okay.
We agreed to disagree.
Personally, I apologize. This is all camera, but we had a little misunderstanding. I feel like I should get you out. I got really rough with my feelings, and I don't really let people get that way. But I apologize for what you lost.
I'm lost because I don't remember.
Remember we was talking about the cussing and the speaking in tongues and stuff?
Oh, wait. I wasn't.
You weren't.
I saw the snippet of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's going. I don't have anything against anybody because, baby, we're not perfect,
Right.
And just like y'all said, we agree to disagree. You're not going to see eye to eye always.
Right.
And that's just going to how it be, and you still got to love one another because, baby, you're still my brother, still my sister, still my brother. I don't care. We may not see eye to eye most of the time, but that love is still going to override over everything,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, if y'all want to do anything, y'all can say anything.
Yeah, I want to know if anybody have anything to say about me.
Yeah, I was about to say if I ever offended anyone, because I know how I can get sometimes. I apologize personally, Fred, Kirsten, Nika. If I offended anybody, I apologize.
Nika.
I mean, I don't know. feel it.
I know.
Yeah.
I
I'm trying to
tried.
figure out why people think we got tension in. Like,
I mean-
we just all about having a conversation. Like, we all not gonna agree on the same thing. That's why we here. It's a discussion.
If I give
And that's what we
you
said at the
it's not
beginning of the show
purposely.
was.
It's just like I'm speaking how I feel. And if you got attention, like you feel some type of way to it. I mean,
That's your personal opinion.
yeah, I just like I don't want to sound like I don't give a fuck. It's just kind of like
It's not even that. It's not saying you're not even giving off the vibe that you don't give a.
yeah, I'm
but
just
it's
giving
just
my
like
opinion, my point of view, and
Yeah.
then you're just gonna take it.
this is just my perspective on it.
That's what we
If it hurt, then I totally understand. And like, feel free to let me know, like, yo, you heard me there, then I know not to poke that bird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
Yeah, I was talking about like just tension between us.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It's not no. I ain't talking. I'm just talking about
Oh,
us. Yeah, that's what
Oh, yeah,
I
I
was
know what you was talking about.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, well, yeah, most definitely. No, well, I'm gonna, y'all like family. You know. I mean, we butt heads a lot, but you know, we could, I guess. She don't even know I'm talking to her because she playing with
Oh
me.
yeah, I hear everything you're saying. But you know, like I do want to apologize if I ever like because I know how
strong
my
with
life
that.
is surrounded by God. Sometimes, like I do maybe overstep or whatever. But really, I'm not trying to feel like making it feel like I'm judging anybody or anything. It's just like. Oh, like I get excited because I hear about stuff and knowing like how God has worked on me or like reading His scriptures and really understanding. I'm like, oh, let me tell you how God is going. Come in and
Yeah.
But like I don't like if I do overstep. I apologize right now because it's nothing trying to be judgmental or put you down or any type of way like that. It's just trying to put the word.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feel what you're coming from.
All right, then you can start the show now.
All right.
Damn, Team Maisie made this. Maisie made this.
All right, welcome back, you guys, to Minds of Millennials podcast. I'm Danita. I'm your host for today. Our topic for today is mental health and Happy Mental Health Awareness Month. So before we begin, we're going to do a wellness check, and I'm going to ask everyone 3 questions, and they're going to rate it from 1 to 10, 1 being least, 10 being the greatest. So we'll start with Nico. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So rate that from 1 to 10.
10. Doing great.
10. What about you, Chris?
Like,
What about you, Fred?
I hope you'll be 10 like I'm 8 right
Alright, bet.
now. Yeah.
Today, I'm feeling blessed and highly favored, so I give it a 10.
period.
So, Nico,
Yeah.
how's your life going with work? Rate that 1 to 10.
Man, I need some rest. I ain't even
Some rest?
lie. So,
So
I
what-
say about an 8.
An 8.
About an 8, yeah.
So, in order to make it a 10, you said
I
you
need
give
all
it some
day.
rest?
Yeah, I need all day.
Off day. Walmart, give me off day. Kirsten, what about you?
I would say I'm blessed to have a job, so I'm not going to complain there. Folks just need to come to work. Period.
Period. Fred, what about you?
An 8.
8.
Yeah. If
And
I
what
got,
could you do to make that better?
well, they can appreciate you, but that'll be a 10.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What about you, Denny?
Yeah. What
So,
about
I was getting to me. I was like, Fred, He
Okay.
said, so you feeling unappreciated at work. If they appreciate
the
you,
whole
but-
store no, but
Okay.
it's
but the question is it going to change?
oh no.
That's not gonna change.
No, they don't.
So you know what you got to do next. But for me, school, it's a 10 because we got a break right now. Some school hadn't started yet.
Yeah,
so
some
I give
schools-
school a 10. Work, I give it about an 8 too. To make that better, we need another work at my job. Because one of our workers just quit. So yeah.
If y'all need a job, go on. Put the application in.
Damn.
What was that?
Right. Drop. What about you?
What about
Your mental health. Rate that 1 to
I
10.
am a 10.
A 10? Okay, that's what's up. Curtis,
10.
10?
Blessed.
Okay, right.
I'm 10.
My mental health, I give about a 7. And what I could do to make that better, stop procrastinating.
the spirit of procrastinating, I call you out right now.
Stop procrastinating and just
Lord,
get stuff
that's
done.
a-
Cause like, you know, when you wait till the last minute to do stuff,
Yeah.
your mind just going heavy with your way. So
Like we supposed to be
That's
here at
a-
9, I got to bed at 8:45. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I probably should do that. I probably should.
And then you get yourself in situations
Yeah, put you in an uncomfortable situation.
that you didn't need to be in.
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep that.
Y'all
So-
remember Jones days? 11:59.
Oh yeah.
No, it's still like that now.
Right.
Sometimes it's Thursday, now you not no more. It'd be Tuesday, Wednesday.
It'd be
Who
like
does that? Don't you have something else to do?
No, matter of fact, I had one class.
But y'all have, they give y'all time ahead. They gave us time ahead. This is time to do at the end of the week. And we just wait till the last minute to do.
So since mental health is our topic of discussion today, what does mental health mean to you? We can start with for you.
Mental health means to me is like, I'm a psychology major, so I kind of know this stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Looks
it's
Psych major?
yeah, you know, like psych major, we kind of, they call us a know-it-all people.
Anyway,
Anyway,
your whole life together.
But mental health means to me is like, you know, it's like your mental state, like your mind. You know, it's all about your mind and how you think. You know, how you think. You know, you react. You know, if your mental health is not good, I mean, you're not thinking well, or you can't think well, or you can't function right. So that's what I think mental health is. You know, it's part of your brain, part of your body.
Okay. Curtis, what about you?
I'm about the same with Fred. You know, staying sane.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, you can't lie. You're going to have times where, you know, you feel like you're going crazy. But for me, you know.
What about you?
So mental health to me, basically piggybacking off of what they said, mental health has a lot to do with, you know, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act. So it's just like a lot of things that can contribute to that.
No, it's crazy. Mental health also with food, what you eat, because
It's a disorder.
Yeah, eating disorders. So that's another.
Cause like sometimes you can like not eat if you feeling, you know, whatever feeling you're feeling, or you can overeat. Cause like some people overeat when they stress, and some people don't eat when they stress. So it's just really about
binge eating and bulimia and anorexia, all that stuff. It's eating.
Like
so it can be cognitive, behavioral, social.
Yep.
Then,
Okay, psych majors come through with the big words.
So what about you, Nico?
Well, mental health means everything. It should mean everything to a person, honestly, because that's your mental to get up out of the bed in the morning. You know, it's mental to go to work. Like you get to work, you gotta be in the right state of mind to get throughout the day. You know,
That is right.
you know, you gotta think positive throughout life. Period. So I think mental health is everything.
Yeah. Mental health is everything because you, like you said, your mental health has to be up to par to even be.
Take a live, but that's how I say it. 'Cause, you know,
I got a question then. So when did all y'all discover like mental health? Like when did you like when you take mental health serious? Like what age? You know, what age?
When did you become aware of like, you know, mental health is really a thing?
Yeah.
Actually, for me, I became aware of like mental health when like one of my friends was experiencing like symptoms of depression, and like she would, you know, confide in me and like tell me like this is how I'm feeling,
Right.
you know, this and that. So that's whenever like I came to a realization like, damn, this is like really really a thing, you know.
Yeah.
So that had to be like maybe my senior year of high school, first year of college type thing. Cause you know when you go to college, you're moving away from home, transitioning. So that was my first time
So it was
becoming.
like a wow factor, like, oh, dang.
Yeah, like it's really real, you know.
Okay, dang.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. I mean, mine was, I know this don't sound crazy. I was probably young. I was young because I grew up with my grandma and my dad. So when I really just realized my dad called my mama, which was really my grandma. So they really kind of threw me up and I was like, wait, what's going on? So this is my dad, or this is my brother. You know, it was like I was young, so that's when I really just kicked in, like stuff ain't something ain't right, you know. And I started like really have to like process stuff and start thinking stuff. But like as far as like knowing that was mental health, didn't kick in to like go into like I say my transitioning from Oak Grove to North Forest. that was a whole big mental thing because my timing was thrown off and everything like that. So probably about my 10th grade year of high school, whatever, I was like, yo, I gotta really think positive every day when I wake up in the morning. I really gotta go. Gotta be on.
I would say maybe middle school, because being a military person, you don't get to stay in certain places for a long time, so you start realizing you're not around the same circle all the time, so you really have to start being, I don't say in your head, but like, you know, I am loved, you know, you're important, you know, and it really kicked in there because some people, you know, do get in their heads and they're like, oh, I'm not worthy and all that stuff. Because I've been around people that actually, you know, succumbed, you know, took their lives because they felt like, you know, they couldn't speak to nobody because, you know.
What about you, Fred?
My first exposure was in probably elementary. You know, a lot of kids had ADHD, and you know, you as a kid you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like, man, I got ADHD, I got pills. I'm like, what? You got pills at 8 years old? Oh, okay. But like when I kind of like when it like dawned on me, probably when I was in high school, like when we kind of like got into, you know, about the brain and stuff. So I'd say high school is when I really started to know about mental health. So I probably my 11th, 12th grade senior year.
Yeah, that's what I say. I really became aware of it. So with that being said, you asked when we became aware of it, like have any of you ever experienced any symptoms of like any, because it's a lot of mental disorders. So like I know like the main two, that anxiety, depression. Like have you ever experienced any symptoms of that? And if so, like when did you? What age maybe? If you comfortable disclosing that.
I'll start off. I suffered through depression, but it wasn't like diagnosed by doctor's name. I knew I was depressed. The story behind it was like my parents got divorced when I was in high school. It took me. That really took a lot. It took a lot out of me because you know I always envisioned my parents being there forever, and they got divorced. And I was like, my life kind of spiraled, and I didn't really get out of depression until college. So I think my freshman year of college, I blame everybody. I blame my parents. First of all, I blame myself. Like I blame myself for a long time. Like my aunt was really the only person that could really come to me. I couldn't talk to my dad about it. I really didn't talk to him about it. Didn't talk to mom about it. But I talked to her, and I was like, man, I'm depressed. Like my life, I hate. Like my life sucks. Like I tell her all the time. She's like, baby, your life don't suck. You know. I was like, man, I feel like, you know, divorce is my fault. You know, because I'm the oldest, and so I just assume, it was me, man. I did it, and you know, I should have talked to my parents, but I didn't because I didn't know what to say, and then I felt like, and we always had this argument with both of them. They always get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like they didn't talk to me about it. They didn't talk to me, you know. I know he probably watched this. He's like, I tried talking. But in my opinion, I didn't feel like nobody really like really tried to talk to me. You know, everybody, as kids, the parents say, hey, how you doing? But as kids would say, oh man, I'm good. But you really suffer through something. So that's what I was doing. Like I would laugh at my friends, kiki, ha ha, making jokes, talking about sports. But deep down, I was hurting. But as a kid, you don't really express your feelings because part of your environment. Your parents don't really express themselves. How you gonna express yourself? Right. So that's why I would like, and to be honest, how I got out of it, I still did not. I just got over it. Like I just one day I woke up like, man, just move on. Better the more you move on, your life be a little better. Yeah.
So, what about you, Kirsten?
I think. Well, I'm pretty sure I knew I started having like anxiety attacks. I won't say after I had Cameron, because it was just like how, like I have this child now. How am I supposed to, raise her to be this strong woman, or raise her right? And I remember one night going to sleep, and I was laying down, and it was like I couldn't even focus to go to sleep. You know how like you just rest. I couldn't rest. I was just sitting up, just looking into space, and it was just like I didn't realize it till I realized it. I was like really like blinking, like couldn't stop until I stopped. When I stopped, I went to sleep. So I knew, I was like, okay, that was anxiety. And then I haven't had another one because, like, you know, really, like, God brought me from it. Because when I say I have not even had it anymore, like when I broke down to him and I gave it to him, I gave everything to him, don't even have it no more. What about you?
Good. With me, I remember this was whenever I was transitioning from Jones to USM, and like I remember like not even like knowing. I only knew like 2 people on the campus, and like it was like it put me in a nervous breakdown. Like to know you going to like this big school and you don't know anyone there, and like I just was so anxious, and like I had kind of got depressed too because like my 2 friends that I was really close with, they ended up going to another school. They ended up going to another school, so I'm just like, dang, I don't got nobody. Cause you go from hanging out with everybody here, and then you go to this school, people already got their friends. You like, dang, who can I call on? Who can I chill with? So it's just like it.
I wish I would
I
have
really had it.
I would have known that.
Man, I really was like feeling down about it, but once I got there, and I'm a social butterfly too, but you know, you still anxious when you go to a new place, having to meet new people, a new experience, and it's just, but I was kind of worried for nothing, but I went through all of that.
Yeah, that's deep.
What about you?
I think everybody deal with like a depressing moment, like in life, period. So as far as like just being down and depressed, I don't think I ever just hit rock bottom. But you know, I have moments too where like you just be in deep thought, and you just be in your own little zone, your own little mode.
Yeah.
So only one I can really that I speak on is I'll probably say, again, I was growing up, like I said, I stayed with my mom, my dad and my grandma. So like, my mom was like my grandma, and my sister was like my mom, my older sister. So it was kind of like, I knew my life was different because I seen a lot of kids with their parents. Like, you know, you was able to grow up with yours, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was kind of, it was nothing I really just paid attention to, but it was like as I got older, I started paying attention to, like, damn, like I talk to my, don't get me wrong, like me and my mom, we talk, but we didn't have that bond, like that relationship. So it was kind of like it was awkward when I was ever with her, around her. So I feel like that's probably like the most awkward depression.
And then too, like what you said, I never did get diagnosed, but you know, like when you
feel
become aware, you know, of those feelings. It's like, it's one thing if it's like, it happened like 1 or 2 days, but then when it's like ongoing, it's just like, okay, something is wrong. Like, it's something wrong with me. I'm not feeling like myself.
But the thing about it is, with like depression is, we can tell people depressed. Now it's more serious, but like a couple years ago, it was a joke.
You push past it, bro.
They ain't take it serious. They didn't take it serious.
Like, I don't know how, like you said, product environment or whatever. So like, it's kind of like a situation to where I done seen my dad, like, you know, go through hard times, you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like, you got that, all right, he got it type thing. Like, you a kid, you see it, but you don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand, like, I don't say not understand, like, you understand it, but it's like, he gonna figure it out, they gonna figure it out, whatever the case may be. So it's like you notice it, but you still gonna be a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, now it's you, and it's like, well, I'm pretty sure, like my son, dad, okay, but it's like, I'm like not depressed, don't get me wrong, no depressed, shit like that, but you know, like something's up, but he's still finna go play with your toys, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like, you just move on for them,
It's funny you mention your kids, because kids they're like innocent, so they pick it up, you know, they can sense stuff that we can't sense, you know?
Yeah, stuff we try to hide, they pick it up.
So, all right, so we're talking about depression. We probably finna jump the gun here, but how you, like, when you going through something, How do you cope with that? Like, what do you do when you cope with stuff?
It'll be music or like playing my game. Like sometimes, like if it depends what situation it is, I might try to talk to Amy about it.
Like something deep, personal, you going through. I mean, anything you go through will affect others. But I'm talking like what you go through. Like, what do you like? Like if it's like,
I'll talk about it.
you talking about Amy?
Yeah, I'll talk about Amy, or I'll think on it for a minute, but then when I feel like talking, I'll talk.
Yeah.
But that's what like me. We have a relationship now.
So you vent the Amy?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I've been
That's his
angry.
wife.
Or it depends what it is. Like I said, situation. I go to my dad.
Yeah.
And I talk to him about it. So if I feel like something, I either talk to him or her. So that's
So when you talk to them, do you actually feel like they actually listen?
yeah, because they respond.
Okay.
See me, I'm all about responding. You have to respond.
Feedback.
So, yeah, I like feedback. I don't like you just look at me
Yeah.
and just hear me. I need you to say something.
Yeah.
So you say something, mean okay, I'm not crazy. So
Alright,
yeah.
so after you go on your ring, you go on your vent, is it ever brought back up like what you was stressing about? Is it ever brought back up to your attention? Like, yeah, how you feeling from such and such?
Not really.
Basically, like them
See,
checking in on them and
Yeah,
asking
that's the
like, how
stuff
you doing.
I look into. Like,
He basically asking like, do anybody like check back with you, like
Like,
how you dealing with this?
have
now?
you healed from that? How you good? You good about that? You know.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
If the people I talk to, yeah, they'll like if they'll give a couple of days. I mean, good. So yeah.
So what about you?
Really? I go in my prayer closet or praise and worship music. Cause like the only thing that will make me feel better, cause I feel like, sometimes I feel like a burden for real. Like, I feel like sometimes if I'm weighing heavy on these problems or weighing heavy on what I'm going through, if I'm talking it to somebody like, talking to Elijah or trying to talk to somebody else, I feel like I'm putting that burden on somebody else. But the only one I know that can handle the burden is God. And so usually like when I do go talk to him, he like, let it all out. Let it all out. Don't keep nothing back.
So you don't have
I do, I'm gonna be the person
Yeah.
recently has been my grandmother,
Mhm.
and she is a prayer warrior.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have one of those, I suggest you get one. But like she knows how to, speak to my spirit sometimes, like, really just calm me down. Cause I've been thinking about something over and over and over and over in my head. And, even when I do talk to the Lord, he'll tell me, he's like, look now.
So at what point do you go in? Like, do you go
Like,
like when you know it's like it's just weighing on your head, like how long does it take for you to like cross the line? Like, I need to talk to somebody about this.
I mean, it hasn't like I was telling y'all off camera, like the other day I was crying all the way down the highway, like just talking to God. And that's when it gets bad, when I'm like just crying like that bad, like that's how I know, like, okay.
But why do we let it get to that point though? Like, why?
And see, that's what we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to, and like that's why we like, you try to handle your problems by yourself, and you can't. Like, I don't care how strong you are, you can't. Like, you might disagree, but you can't. And that's where I rely on God. So it's just like, and he like, I tell y'all what, like, the other day, like I told y'all, I cried to him. He was like, he literally told me, don't grow weary. And it was just like, that is the most relieving thing to know that, okay, he hears me, he sees me, everything I'm going through, don't have to worry about. But that's where, like, Satan comes in trying to make you worry, like stuff that already know that God has handled. He throws that, oh, look, what about it again? What about it again? And that's why you have to get out your head. And that's, I'm gonna say I'm working on it, but God's working on me with that.
So
I think
whatever it was that you were stressing about, you crying about, do you still think about it, or is it solved? Like, nah. I know you're gonna say God handling it, but like, is it solved?
Like, I don't know as of right now. Like, all I know is getting worked out in the midst.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, what you gonna say?
I'll let you talk. I was gonna say something about overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot.
That's
Overthinking will get you.
yeah,
It will.
that will get you in like depression, anxiety. You thinking too much. Like if you wallow up in your feelings, or you put stuff in the body, or you put in your back, like I ain't worried about it like that. When you be in your deep thought, it can really affect you. So, on downstairs.
The mind is a powerful thing.
That's why I would
It's-
say.
That's why, like, I love that you said that, because it was like the devil knows that your mind is the most strongest thing. Like, when you praise God in your head and your heart and your spirit, it's powerful because you're able. When you have that spirit in you, you're able to tell that mountain to go jump in
I was
that
gonna say,
sea.
just like your mind is powerful, your tongue is powerful too.
You got it right in the power in the tongue. But it's like you can go tell that mountain to jump in the sea. But that's why, like, we talk about depression, anxiety, all this stuff.
Right.
Literally, Satan throws those thoughts. Like, you ever had like a thought where, oh, you ain't doing good enough like everybody else. You're not doing well enough. You need to be doing more.
Right.
So
That's how he throws in thoughts.
Oh, you
and,
said like you said do more.
yeah, like do more. You're not doing enough. You're messing up. Like, or you don't look good as this other person. Or you need to go be working out more. You need to go be doing all this other stuff. He be throwing stuff in your mind that don't need to. It's like you're good. If God, He made you how He made you. So it's just like God, Satan tries to throw in these bad thoughts, this
Because you
negativity, this
have motivation.
depression. That's why, like when you had said the procrastination, you got to call it out.
What can that
You
be
got to
like?
call it out.
Can that be alright? Like you said, it's mental. But can that be used as like motivation instead of more of a negative factor?
Yeah, that's
I
how
feel
you
like-
you-
I'm about to say it depends on the person. Because some
And everything you said, I feel what you're saying, but then I was like, that's more like motivation to me.
Yeah, like
Not that's
that,
why
like
you
when
compare
you
myself
when
to
you
somebody
see
else.
that, that's why like when you read the Bible, like I don't even say certain books, but like when you really get into it, like when you wake up in the morning, you go look in that mirror. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Alright.
God has created every hair on my head. He has counted every hair on my head. He has created me before I even got in the womb. And like that's motivation. That's God loves me.
What you about to say, bro? You about to say something, bro?
I was just about to say, when y'all speaking on that, it's like self-motivation. Like you're saying,
Affirmation.
everybody's not built like that though. Some people look like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'll tell myself, I'll probably be where I'm at. Like I see people, it's not jealousy, it's like you said, motivation. Like I see people I went to school with. I got this girl, she got a doctor's degree.
Right.
I know a couple people got their master's degree. I know this dude bought a McLaurin I went to school with.
Right.
So it's all about social media. You can't let social media control.
Perspective.
That can affect your mental health,
It sure
honestly.
can.
Because you're looking at people instead of worrying about yourself.
Right.
That can affect you.
And then I was just agreeing with what you said, and then we just also have to keep in our mind too, like just because somebody posted, I mean, they don't have it, and then also at the same time, we don't know what they did to get that.
Right.
Alright.
You don't
Or
know,
or it might have been their time to get that, and your blessing is coming, or
right, and it may not be your season yet.
Right. So as far as back to what we're talking about, as far as like who you do like turn to when you
Who do I turn to whenever I need this help? Like Fred said, it depends on the situation. So I have Terrence, my mama. I talk to Quita, Jessica. It's like it just depends on the situation and who. And sometimes I don't even feel like talking about it. I hold on to it, and then when I feel like talking, it's like okay, I'm gonna let it out.
You a
What
vendor?
about-
Big vendor?
Of course.
Big vendor.
What do you mean? Of course.
Okay.
As much as I'm a venter, I'm a listening ear too. So like if somebody come to me, I'll let them just talk. I'm one of those people. I just sit there and let you talk. But I know, like you said, you like feedback. But at the same time too, I have it's like, do you want me to give my input on this, or do you just want me to listen? Because some people get offended when you be like, well, I think you should. You might need to do this. If you do this. I ain't asked you that, So it's just like, it just all depends. But like I said, as much as I'm a venter, I'm a listening ear too. I'm trying to be there for people that's there for me.
I always tell people, you come to me, you better expect some harsh criticism. That's just me.
Did y'all
I'm gonna give it to you real. I'm not gonna do like what my folks do. Just shoot. I'll give it to you. Like, that's why people don't come to me. If you come to me, you better have your big boy pants on, your big girl drawers on.
So that's crazy. All right, so like everybody, all y'all have vintage. Y'all be
Yeah,
vintage.
Allison, another person too I talk to. Like I got a lot of people. Like all my close friends and my family. I talk to them because I can trust them.
Like,
All right, so y'all big vintage. So that's crazy because I'm not a big venter. Like, I don't really vent.
So what do you
I don't
do?
turn. All right, I work out. All right.
Okay,
So
that's all good.
they that's a form I get out. Like I used to play basketball. I used to play basketball. It used to be my relief. But after basketball, I had to turn to something else. So I turned to working out, and so I fell in love with working out. So, but it's crazy because all y'all have like we all here today. So we all mentally strong in some form of fashion, right? Got to because you're still waking up and you're here and you're shooting, you're talking. So, and what we all do, well, I do it differently than y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And like, unless it's with the person, of course, I can go talk to the person if I got a problem with the person. But as far as like my personal life, like when I go through another bitch, like I don't outlet. I don't give an outlet to no one else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I also like can kind of relate to what you're saying too, because like if I don't at that moment, if I don't feel like talking to somebody, I do feel better after I go to the gym and I run on a treadmill or do whatever at the gym, or just taking a walk. Or just going to my favorite store. I like going to shopping at Dirt Cheap. Going to Dirt Cheap, walking around in there. Like, that's one of my outlets too. If I don't feel like just having that interaction with a person.
so why you don't?
Like outlet.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's crazy though, because you can say it's probably real about me, but my dad's a big venter. So there's plenty of times I just around my dad and he's venting. And my sister do the same thing. But I think it's a sense of trust, maybe. It's like, can I trust you with the information I'm finna give you? You know what I'm saying? Or can you believe the information I'm finna give you? And like going through a lot of shit I go through in life, it's kind of like I don't think I can trust you with this. I don't think if I tell you this, would you believe this? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's certain things like you just because I understand like just high school shit, elementary shit. Like you ever heard that best friend like you and them might be best friends, but y'all two might be best friends. So what you tell her. She feel like I need to tell my best friend.
It's almost like that.
It's triple effect. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like that. What that is, a triangle effect. And what they say, what you tell me is safe with me and my best friend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know you gonna tell your best friend what I'm saying. Your best friend gonna run and tell her.
Yeah, you probably don't trust her with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, cause you've been in that circle, like you've been hearing, like Jessica done told Jasmine this situation. Jessica done told. I'm just saying Amy this situation. Now Amy done told me because me and Amy close, and she be like, "I don't tell nobody." This always ends up like that. So me growing up and understanding, seeing like how that works, it's kind of like I don't really, as far as trusting people with my personal inside life, what goes on, I don't really. That's why I love when people come. But dang, bro, what you been up to? What you like? All right, good.
It's gonna always be. Man, I've been good.
I'm always straight. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I don't really trust nobody with that. Even. Like, my dad, that's my dad, but that motherfucker been, don't get me wrong. He been too, I'm sorry, but he like, it's like, how do I know that my problem, I don't want my problem to become your problem too, and you stressing about it that when you got to vent, because you got to vent to somebody, so now all of a sudden what I say coming out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he'll do something like that, it's just that I don't trust nobody not to do that. Like my girl, like she be mad, because she be like, she'll sense something going on, she'll sense something wrong, so I be off to myself. Now I sense something, I still be like jokeful, but like, it be ha 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 ha, then it kind of just, it's back to like, Instagram.
Like, let me focus on this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she be like, what's wrong? And then she like, hey, you tell me that. I like, just is what it is. Like, Kyrie died. Like, she cried boo-hoo. I'm not that really emotional. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't up there.
Yeah.
There.
It wasn't even that, cause that was my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even a sense of, she felt my pain for me, I guess, in some way. But it was like, she didn't cry in front of me. She went to the other room and cried because she knew that's how I am. It's like I like to deal with my problems myself. Like you said, I feel what you're saying because you real religious on letting him solve your problems. But I feel like if I'm facing it, I can solve it in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't need no help. I'm just strong and independent. That's how. If I don't want help unless I ask for help, and I always been like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a mean.
And then you know what's so funny? The funny that you said that, like you feel like you can handle it, and God will see you like
I pray.
helping. You know, like that's what I'm saying. He'll know, like you know, you pray, and he'll know, like you need help, and like you might not say it, but he know it, and like even though you tell God, like God knows, he'll send somebody to pray with you. You don't even know it. Somebody will come up. God sent me to pray for you. And he might not tell them what's going on with you, but he's letting you know he hears you, you know?
Yeah. So I got a close guy. His name, damn, I just had a brain fart. Damn, but because I was really thinking about what you're saying, I thought I was a car pusher, and I ain't gonna lie, that had happened. Like this black guy, he used to walk to Walmart all the time. He stayed like right around the corner, and he used to, instead of like driving, he said, "This is my exercise." He'll come get like. His wife just needed little stuff like eggs or probably like potatoes, you know, stuff like that. And he'll walk back home, and he was like, he just came one time like, God, I want to pray for you. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? And then when he got to talking, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, that has happened before, so I give you.
That has happened to me too before.
Yeah, so it kind of that kind of makes me just say that, but like it's
different. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's kind of.
God knows, like even though we feel
I feel
like mighty
like
man, we still need
know,
help in every way.
And I'm gonna lie with your side with this one, but he like if you real religion, he don't put you in situations you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Or you ain't gonna have no choice but to lean on him.
I feel like everything I go through, everything I've been through, I feel like I've done a great job of handling it the way I handle it. Cause you know, you probably don't you never probably should do what you should in life, but you do what you gotta do in life. So the thing that you did, I might not agree with, but you live with that, so you had to do that.
I think I know you about to talk about.
But I feel like, you know, he do put you in situations and, you know, you might come out stronger at the end. But I feel like God has a testimony for each and every one of us. You know? And you might have a testimony to tell somebody else to help them get through, you know? Like, you know, you say you done had it hard. You know, even though you think you took care of it yourself, you know, he had a helping hand in it and all. You know, you might not think, know it, but he did. You know?
I get what you're saying.
It's like it's basically putting obstacles. Why we in the service? We probably talking in we probably talking in the hell. But I don't think I'll say with that at the end. This part. It's like you go through obstacles, right? Like he put those in you. He put those in your way, so you can get the place you want to be.
Alright, so what about for those who are not really religious? How would you explain that to them? What they're going through? See what I'm saying? Like it's it's point of view. Like point of view.
I mean, I really don't have an answer. I mean, I won't say have an answer because I don't know everything, and I will probably won't never know everything. That's not how it's supposed to be. But you know, like how I try to tell people, you know, we'll go through things, and whether you know God or not, I feel like He still knows you. He still knows you.
I just feel like it's about the person's belief. Like what do they believe in? What are their practices? Because I mean, they may not be religious, they may not be spiritual. Like it's just.
So for a black person in the community, how would y'all feel about that stigma?
About mental health?
Yeah,
they take it for sure.
They what?
Take it for sure.
No lie, no lie. I growing up, no lie. I feel like how can I put this? Like hearing about depression and hearing about that.
Just pray about it.
Not even that. I'm just like,
but
bro,
yeah, I know.
It's bigger. I still think like this because I'm not trying to put down nobody that's like got mental health problem, like depression and stuff like that. As far as that, but I feel like like you going through that, but it's bigger stuff to worry about. Like in a couple years from now, that's not maybe what you're dealing with now. It's not going to be as big as a topic then.
I'll say something about that. What you said. Also, you got to think about this though. Trauma.
I was just about to.
You got to consider. Some people worry about this stuff as trauma.
Traumatic experiences.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, exactly. So you got to consider that too. Is sometimes you wonder, but sometimes I mean traumatic. Like you might, let's say for instance, you probably got raped. That's and you probably worried about it. But you saying like it's bigger stuff. That's a bigger thing. That's something you can't really just get over it.
Yeah, you can't like control delete that out your mind.
Yeah,
you can't just get rid of it. And just how you have and just how like we all have different ways that we cope with things, face different things. Like it all goes back to your childhood. Your me and your childhood was nothing alike. You and Fred's childhood nothing alike. So it's like everything that we face is gonna be different. It's gonna look different.
Yeah.
So
That's why
your childhood,
Yeah.
traumatic experiences, like
Yeah.
any experience like that's gonna alter how you perceive the
How
world,
you
your
think.
worldview.
Yeah.
It's gonna. It's
But
gonna
you know,
change.
like I love that y'all said that because it just like it boils, like it just keeps like I don't want to say this hierarchy. It's like this small thing happened in your childhood, and then like the next phase, it got a little bit bigger. Then it got a little bigger, and it got a little bit bigger, and then like the world like only sees this piece, this segment, but they didn't see what happened down here to cause you to go to that segment, and then that's where like you know people. Like, oh, she doing this or he doing that, but it's just like you don't know why they're doing that because you don't know what trauma or what they went through to get to that very spot. Like, you know, like you said, you got raped. There's people that, you know, got raped since they were 6, 7 years old or younger.
That's deeper now. I understand what I said, but that's like on a whole different platform.
But these are things that you gotta keep in
Yeah,
mind.
you gotta keep in mind.
It's not just like just this basic thing like this. No, like you gotta think about
molestation, all that
Yeah,
stuff. All that
people
stuff
get
like,
molested.
people parents being alcoholics,
Yeah.
drug addicts, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. You gotta think about that, and just like I feel like you said, everything happens for a reason. If the Lord brought you to it, He bring you through it, and just like I love how y'all talk about y'all kids. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But like, okay, how you was talking about your childhood. Your mom and daddy and grandma did the best they could raising you,
Right.
but that made you the man you are today to raise your child.
Right.
You doing a damn good job raising your 2 kids, so it's just like that make you want to be better.
Right.
You know?
and the thing we was talking about, like about the black community, like one thing, like as a kid, like you say, my mom depressed. What that tell you, man? Good washing dishes. Like it's
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
you'll be okay. Like
Right.
you know, just recently, I think that really this pandemic really got people to really consider mental health because a lot of people
Yup.
locked up in the house.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it need to be taken more serious. Like people really suffering. But you got people committing suicide. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what like people really like the black community really gotta check on their mental health because a lot of people are suffering. But the thing is, like you said, childhood. When we told that stuff, we told to do something else.
Right.
So if our parents or even we're parents, if our kids say, "Mom, I'm sad," we need to be out there like, okay, what's wrong? You saying because that's traumatic.
That's
If
traumatic.
you telling if your parents telling you, don't worry about it, you gonna grow up and don't worry about
You'll
it.
be
But
okay.
but you still suffering.
Or no, they'll say like, "Oh, I went through that when I was younger. You'll be fine." Or like you know, they brushed it off like it ain't nothing. But yeah,
Like everybody's
But
like,
isn't it too bad to sit there and suffer in a situation that's not really called for?
How you gonna say it's not really a
you
cause
didn't
for
think
it?
about it.
I'm gonna give a scenario. All right, so like,
What you gonna do if your son come to you and say, "Dad, man, past couple days I ain't just really been feeling right, man."
all right, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna see what's up.
And see, that's the thing, that's good. Some parents don't do that.
That's what, that's
Some
what.
parents
Oh,
don't do
okay,
that.
now I see what I
That's
see
what
what
we-
They
I'm
just
saying.
like, man, if you don't get your ass
But
over there,
if
watch some shit like Fred said.
But do y'all, but like I said, but like certain situations, do y'all feel like I don't know, man. I guess I'm just different in so many ways. Cause I'd be like, all right, that happened, this happened. All right, look, I just gotta work my way out of this mode, and I'll be all right. Y'all don't be feeling like that. I just gotta
You gotta pick
get
yourself
through
up.
that. Yeah, just get through that, and I just keep going. Like, I mean, I ain't trying to say
It
that, but
depends
y'all-
on the situation.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
Cause I know y'all say like I'm like everyday life, not rapists getting raped and stuff like that. I'm talking everyday life, but like your life, like y'all life, like.
I try to think back to the serenity prayer. You know the serenity prayer? God help me. The things I can't change.
yeah.
Yeah. So do y'all like have that feeling of just like, all right, look, I know. I say you like I don't know. Y'all been late paying something? I don't know, maybe
Have been what?
late paying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So if you was ever late paying something, like, did you stress about like, damn, I gotta get this paid, or did you like, you know what, I'm gonna pay this when I get it, or did you stress about it?
Like,
That's what I'm
really,
saying. Like everyday life.
I've
shit.
been about in every position. Like I'll just pay it when I get it, or you know, now it's just like, God, if I don't got it,
He gonna make a way.
He'll make a way.
You pay them tithes, baby.
He gonna make a way, y'all. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to even lie. I recently I just started paying tithes, and I had this is my tithe story. I had paid my tithes, and I didn't get the tithes to the church, but I had the money.
Wow.
And I end up seeing, a man on the side of the street, and I was just like, in my heart, I was just like, Lord, like, this is what we're supposed to be doing, helping each other, neighbors, And I was just like, God, I'm just gonna give him this tithe money. Gave him tithe money. Totally forgot about it, I was just like, the Lord blessed me to get this money. This wasn't my money, and he was real thankful. When I tell y'all, I forgot about it. I want to say maybe a week, 2 weeks later, if that, I went and checked the mail, just checking the mail. Baby got a check out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere from a place that I had like a little mini surgery. They were giving me money. I was like,
wait, what?
I looked at a check. And you know what?
But a check.
I know them folks outside, if they were outside in their house, I was just like, thank you, Jesus. I said thank you, Jesus, all the way to the house, because I was just like, Lord, that was nothing but you, because where did this come from?
Right.
And really, y'all just pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. It's not even out of expecting a blessing back, but really just taking care of one another, because really, God gave you that money. He's the one that gave you the endurance to go to work or whatever.
So, I don't go to church, but I go to the strip club all the time. Can that be considered paying my tithe?
Boy, go to hell.
Go to hell. I'm just gonna pray for you to come out of there, okay? Because that ain't we ain't gonna do that.
This is a serious question. So, have any of you ever went? If you're comfortable disclosing, have you ever went to counseling or talked to a therapist before?
Oh man, go ahead, Fred.
Fine, just go get no, I never did. I went to marriage counseling, but that's a totally different thing. But other than that, like,
If you could, would you?
probably not.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
That's my own
Do you want to be a therapist?
I think go first.
I mean, with me, I handle things just different. Like, it depends what it is. Like, I'm my own therapist.
So this is for you, your personal question.
Yeah, like, I talk to myself.
Yeah.
Self.
Okay, have you
Yeah,
ever
I said-
been to therapist? She said no. He said no.
Yeah, I ain't never been to a therapist. I don't think I ever will. I mean, unless something just out the blue happened.
I
Like
think
this.
it depends on the person. I think it depends on what situation you're in,
Person.
because I feel like if you've been traumatic, if you ever been in a traumatic situation, yes, you
Yeah.
will. But if you feel like you suffering, I recommend people go. 'Cause I need to get paid. So y'all.
How you gonna tell people? I'm gonna say you, but I want you to come to me and talk to me.
Nah,
Wouldn't go for him.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen stuff in life growing up, and so far, I feel like everybody probably have, and they don't sense, but I've seen stuff in life that, most people like, go to a therapy. That's why I say, like, if I told people, like, my life, they'd be like, did that really happen? Like,
I don't. Therapy is not really like
It's not like that.
okay. To be honest, I would go.
like if I'm saying, I would never go see a therapist. Like, that's not. I feel like whatever it is, I get through myself. But I just can't visualize myself. I don't know how it really is. But, you look at the movies, y'all laying in the chair.
It's nothing
There's
like
nothing
the
like
movies.
that. It's nothing.
So
Nothing
how?
like
So
that.
how? So what happened?
No,
so
it's
what?
nothing
I was
like
like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
So
nothing
I don't think and then it's like, bro, like, I gotta pay you to listen to me talk about my life. Like, I have to pay you to help me
Right.
get through my life. Don't we supposed to help each other as people? Period.
That's insurance.
But you know what?
But I gotta pay for insurance.
Yeah, you can't get much though. Are you?
I got a family. So it's like
You got your
different.
police is probably
When you
crazy.
pay for insurance, you gotta pay to go to the doctor.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, isn't it? I don't know how to explain.
So would y'all go to therapy?
I have been to therapy before. It's a bit to me. It's wonderful.
It feels like.
I think everyone should experience going to therapy.
Um,
But like you talking about, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's
Nothing like you talking about too many movies.
Too
man.
many, but like when you go, I can't say when you go to counseling or go talk to a therapist, it's like they peel back like layer by layer.
Yeah, they go away.
They
back
really
to childhood.
dig down deep,
yeah.
and let you
Why when they try to figure out what you think about.
That's why I want to know. Like,
let you process what you're going through.
I would go though, to be honest. I've been saying this since I was a kid.
As much as I mean, Charlamagne the guy, he cool. I like Charlamagne the guy, he alright. But he even talk about how like
Yeah, he go therapy.
he go to therapy, yeah.
I think everybody should, like you said, I think everybody should experience therapy because it might help you out. Like I bring up a show Insecure. Like Molly didn't want to go therapy. When therapy, she got better. I think some stuff that we hide.
Place to vent. That's all it is. Huh?
Yes, yeah, you just went to a professional.
See.
Talking to a professional and them helping you process.
I mean,
Alright, so
and
when you
develop-
do, alright, so they get paid to do that, right? And they got wives and husbands at home. Do they go home and talk to their wife?
No, confidentiality.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
let's
you-
be real.
no, you can't really do that.
Be
You
confidential.
can't. No,
You can't. That's like
that you can lose your job, your license.
That's like saying you can't run through a brick wall. It's still somebody out there that'll probably try. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, bro. It's just, I guess I just got trust issues.
you have trust issues.
I thought I had trust issues. Damn, bro.
You got trust issues
for real.
Yeah. Oh, damn, y'all gotta say it like that.
For real, man.
No, man. Like this whole episode, I'm like, dang, bro. You got
You already know what I'm gonna tell you, so I'm just gonna.
You got a question for a question.
No, but for real, like you got so much trust in you, like, and that's why I feel like the stuff that you probably do ball up is because maybe you don't want to, like, I don't want to say trust God, but like you feel like, okay, I got to rely on myself, and I can only trust myself.
And in some of the ways I feel like.
only person that Bishop trusts is himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, though, like be real with yourself, though. Can you, at the end of the day, can you trust somebody to do what's best for you or best for them?
That's why I gotta trust him and trust in my God.
And like, you really gotta ask yourself,
look out.
can I really count on you to do something
Don't
that's
count
best
on
for
me,
me?
bro.
See what I'm saying? So can I count on you to do what's best for me? Can I count on you to do what's best for me?
I'm not.
you
Please
can't.
don't do. But that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what you can't.
You
You're
need
not.
to trust on God to do what's best for you. You don't trust somebody else. Trust God. That's
Okay, so then why should I trust somebody?
But
That's
you
what
know
I'm
what?
saying.
I
Like,
love, but you know
I don't
what?
say trust
I
somebody,
love
but
this
trust
conversation
somebody.
because if it's helping one person
It's
out
mental
there,
though. It's like it's mental. Like trusting somebody is mental, true or not.
Yeah.
So this kind of in the same mental health. I mean,
There's a
I
reason
feel
why
the
we're
same
talking
time.
just like this.
It
There's a
depends
reason.
on the report for me whether I can trust you or not.
see what I'm saying? It's like
Do you trust your daddy?
To an extent, why?
Look, it's like
I trust everybody. I've always said my whole life, bro. I was a kid saying this, like I trust people to do what's best for them, but not what's best for me. Like, I mean, your parents, because they're your parents, they're gonna raise you, they're gonna feed you and stuff like that. But like once you get to a certain part in life, once you knew, like when you turn 18, you become adult. It's like that's when you realize, like you really just on is you. Like everything you do is gonna be on you. So why would I trust you with my reputation? Why would I trust you with my anything? Like
I don't need nobody to trust me with my reputation.
I'm just saying, like it's just a thing, like if you like as a kid, anything bad you done, it'll
fall back on your parents.
Yeah, but once you turn to that age, it's like not everything you do is like you. It's like not falling back on your parents. That's what I'm saying. Like
It still can though. It
in
still
a
can.
sense.
It depends what you do though.
It's just-
Like God,
Because
that boy, you know why that boy went to jail? Cause
his daddy
Ramona was
said
letting him
it.
run them streets.
That's what I'm saying. You can go. It always gonna fall back on your parents.
But
because
the only
how you
person that
raised.
got to deal with that at that point, once you get to that point, is you. Like your parents probably like,
You know
I would
what?
say-
Nah, I cannot agree with that. Like I
I'm
cannot
not
agree with
going.
that because
Yeah.
I'm gonna just give a scenario. Man went to jail. This man went to jail. He was an adult now. His mama left to deal with him being in jail, and she strokes out. Like you still,
I'm not saying it's gonna be a fake. It's gonna be a fake. Yeah, but I'm saying you have to deal with he had to deal with the fact that he's in jail. You get what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
parents gonna. I think.
I'm not
But
talking
y'all-
about like the effect, the trigger effect. It's all anything that happens in life is gonna be a trigger effect. Like if something happens to somebody, you're gonna feel some type of way about it because that's normal. You know what I'm saying? But who's like left to like deal with that effect not the effect, but the thing that happens to that person. That's like my life. If I go get in a car accident and because I just decided to run in the middle of the road, I gotta deal with the fact that whatever happens, but y'all just deal with
Who told you
the
how to
triple
drive?
effect. You know what I'm saying?
Who told you how to
I said one out there, actually.
well,
That's like I have to deal with the fact that I got to deal with those injuries. You just have to deal with injuries. You just have to deal with the fact of how you feel. Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to our next question. Do you all feel like medicine helps
Nope.
helps mental illness or make it worse?
It makes it worse because I'm
I'm gonna say maybe.
Okay, no.
That's a 50-50 thing. Cause some people overdose.
And then
That's
and
what I'm
I
saying.
read stuff like
when they feel like they
See,
can't get. Oh, sorry.
For some people, like it really helps them though.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's why I said it's 50-50.
50-50.
Because it really sincerely helps people. Like they have the bipolar.
Polar or schizophrenia.
Yeah, like you take a pill, it will calm you down. It'll make you back to a
Man, don't you get like addicted to that after a while? Cause now you gotta use it all the time.
Some people do get addicted to it, but that's why I was gonna say, like with anxiety, depression, I maybe feel like maybe it'll make the person dependent on that.
That's why
medicine. But like you said, I agree with Fred.
It's 50-50 though, because it depends. You're an addicted person. If you're an addicted person, you're gonna get addicted to it. If you're not, if you can be self-disciplined, you won't get addicted to it.
So what about the ones who like?
I know people that take it, but they'll take it when they really at the lowest point. You don't have to take it every day. You can just take it when you're at your lowest point.
Yeah.
Unless you got
So what do you do for the ones that's like addictive to it, like get addicted to it? Like what do you do for them? Like we clearly can't give you medicine. So what do you do for them?
And that's where it come in with the pharmaceutical. They push them up to the next. What else can we put them on? Because it's like eventually your body is gonna start, I don't say rejecting, but like getting used to it. It's gonna need a little higher dose.
But that's why they do the placebo, right? Because
sugar pill.
The thing is back to the mind.
It's like that's what I'm saying. Like so, it's kind of medicine good for you, but
I mean, do you take medicine when you're sick?
no. I actually don't.
But just think like, okay, before I would say before, like, you know, it was, pharmaceutical companies, it was herbs, there was, herbal ways to like, really deal with stuff and heal with stuff. But now I feel like they put so much toxic stuff in the medicines, like side effect wise. You take this for so long, you're gonna have liver issues. If you take this for so long, you're gonna have kidney issues.
It's gonna be something.
You got research.
You like got cold and stuff.
What?
Cold. You know what?
That's when you say sick. That's different.
I hardly ever get sick.
Yeah.
But like, if I do, I take medicine.
Take medicine.
But I hardly ever get sick.
So you take medicine when you get sick?
I drink orange juice.
You drink orange juice?
And that, my uncle do that.
So like it's like if I had like a headache, if I have a migraine, not a headache, I had a headache, I get through it. If I had a migraine, I take
There's
or something like that. Like if I had wake up this morning, if I wake up with a headache, and then I wake up tomorrow with a headache, I'm gonna take something. But like I don't want to transfer to something.
Cause if you have a headache, maybe like you just need to eat something.
Yeah.
Sugar and
It could be anything. But if I
Yeah.
wake up next day with the same thing, I done did everything I could possibly do that day. Yeah. But as far as like being sick and like taking NyQuil, DayQuil,
I do that.
Benadryl,
It depends how sick I
That's
am.
Jones.
It depends how sick I am, to be honest. If I can't sleep out, I'll probably take NyQuil.
Did you ever get sick at Jones, like in the dorms? I know it used to be so cold up in there. We used to get sick, and we used to be getting that NyQuil.
Take a blanket.
Yeah.
No, we had thick blankets, but it was thick blankets, but it was like about every fall, about February time frame. Me and my roommate will always get sick, and
So, all right, let's get back to the question.
All right.
So,
What do you get?
What? I was just saying.
So mentally, dealing with negative people is you got to be strong mentally. Period. So how do you deal with negative?
Why did you come to me first?
I'll go first.
What?
Obviously, because you like when I'm not talking like this.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like.
He the first person I'm going to too, but I'll go first.
Yeah,
So how I deal with negative people? I just got to where now.
You
know, when you start off your day, you want to start off with a positive mindset.
Right.
So it's just like, that's what I'm trying to do now. Wake up in the morning,
So
be on some positive stuff.
Like
so
what?
if somebody call my phone and they talking crazy, click. I'm hanging up in people's faces
always
all
did it,
2021.
I always did it though. Like if somebody was like on some bullcrap on the phone, like you ain't gotta listen to that, bro. Like hang up, like just hang up.
Yeah, I'm hanging up.
I quit to hang up with somebody face.
If you always, every time I tell you something, if I tell the person something, they come back with something negative every time, but they saying, that's like, you come to me saying, Danita, I just bought this Honda Accord, 2021 Honda Accord, and I'd be like, man, I heard the motors always going out on it. Like, bro, why you can't say, congratulations. Man, I'm proud of you. Like, I can't stand negative people. Them type of people, you gotta snip, cut them off.
So how you do
Cut them
it?
off.
I won't say recently, but like, dealing with it a little bit better is bringing in positivity for every negative thing they got to say, oh, I'm bringing in something positive because I'm gonna change the environment. I'm gonna, because you know, I used to just leave from being around it, you know, or I just shut up and just whatever, don't let it enter into my spirit. But now it's, oh, I got, like, I'm not gonna argue with you, but it's gonna be, I'm gonna change the subject. I'm gonna get some positivity going in here because you know. You can't run, I want to say run from the negativity, but at the same time, you got to change the environment.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Cast out that darkness with that light you got.
Go ahead.
Period. Y'all heard it.
Oh, man.
Dear light. Dear light. Fred laughing, but I'm so serious.
Oh man. Well, Kurt, you were hilarious. Very funny. But how I deal with negative. I mean, I've been doing that my whole life, dealing with negative people. I just push forward. I didn't have people doubt me about everything I'm doing. So it's to me it's a norm. To me, when I hear negative stuff, just like okay.
Yeah, you just let it roll off your back.
Yeah, I don't worry about it.
I feel like we are just resilient in our own little way.
I got my own little space that nigga.
Because really think about it, if you let that negativity, if you let that negativity leak into your spirit, then what does that do to your spirit? Then you're taking that out to something else, and then it's just leaking.
Nowadays, I'm like that.
I
used to just feed into that.
I have a question.
Japan
So, and y'all give people advice?
Do I give you one?
No, like when someone come to you and vent, do you give them advice?
Yeah, if they want it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and some.
So let me ask you this: so do they feel like you're being negative because you're being honest? Do you feel like honesty is a negative?
I feel like if you don't want me to give you advice on your problem, you shouldn't come to me. You shouldn't. I feel like, I mean, I don't get me wrong. Like, I'm good. I listen to you, but if I feel like it's something in there that I relate to, I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, I've been through something similar to this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I did. I ain't gonna be like, this is what you should do. But I was like, this is what I did.
That him saying that just made me think, like, if like a person come to me and vent, and they go to say, man, I'm broke, I'm about to go rob this bank.
Yeah.
I'm still be like, no, that ain't that you should be doing. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But
I wouldn't do that now.
no, I ain't saying I ain't.
I wouldn't do
like,
that.
if you lost your mind, don't do that.
Exactly.
But like you said, honesty is the what, Fred?
People like honesty is perceived as negativity.
Yeah.
If you ask, like, when you ask somebody, man, give me an honest opinion, people always come think it's negative.
Yeah.
So if I come to you and you're like, oh, but you're being honest about it, you give your honest opinion, I'm gonna think you're negative. That's why I always say, honest opinion I always perceive as negative.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's always like that.
But it's also
it's like the truth.
Yeah, the truth hurts.
Yeah.
So
the truth hurts.
it's conceived as negative.
Yeah. So it's like that's why I really, when motherfuckers say you lie to cover up the truth, because you know everybody want to hear the good stuff, and sometimes the good stuff is a lie. So motherfuckers lie. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm just trying to stay positive, but you ain't gotta lie. Like just be real. That's all I ask. Motherfucker, be real. 100% don't.
Just something like you said, sometimes real is a lie.
So
True.
yeah. So,
Well,
I mean that's different to different.
I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. Cause I'm just like, honesty is perceived as negativity.
That's why I'm always considered as a negative person. That's why I said that, because I'm always considered a negative person.
I wouldn't say you're a negative person. I'll just say you're a realistic person.
Now I'm personally gonna keep it honest, true, and nothing but the truth.
I don't want to say negative.
I've been told.
But
So,
But I'd rather to have a friend that's honest.
You know, everybody says that till they have that
to
friend.
like they want that chill laid back guy until you really get that chill laid back guy, and then you like, shit, I'm chilling.
That's how I feel like when people say, oh, you need that, and then when you get one, you're like, bro, this person just is negative for me.
It's never that goes to some fact that you never satisfy anyone. Like, it's always gonna be something more. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be something more or something. But what that's saying, self-care, right? So how do that look like?
Self-care. I say mine, going to dirt cheap. Going shopping. Hanging out with my friends, talking to my hanging out with my family. Self-care.
Hanging out with my daughter. Prayer time, Bible study. Music, and
Yeah,
a lot
definitely.
of
Music. Yeah.
worship. Yup.
Probably working out. Probably just chilling at the crib, just
Playing the game.
watching. I really don't play the game much no more. So like, watch my little brother like being able to do things that I wasn't. Well, I ain't gonna say good things. How can I put it?
You can say that.
Like, yeah, you can say that. Cause I like me and we in the same house. Like, we got the family in the house. Like, it's all of us. He able to see his mom and dad.
Yeah.
So it's like seeing. I guess you could say seeing things that I was able to see.
It's okay.
But it was nice talking to you guys about mental health.
We had a whole sermon on here.
But you know what? I love it because
I bet
it's gonna
you
be
do.
some. There's gonna be somebody. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna see this. That's gonna help. You know.
Oh, even
And you know, even though we went into a sermon, it's gonna help somebody. If that once somebody got help, that's enough for me.
If you the one that got help, please come in.
I got one more question. I got one question. 'Cause this
Okay,
is real.
what's
This is real.
What's up?
So yeah, all y'all listen to music all the time when y'all down or going through something. Right?
Yeah.
Some music.
Cold mouth number one for me.
That's what you
So what's your favorite line from Cole? They're like,
Man, I got too many. The one I always say, if they don't know your dreams, they can't shoot them down.
I'm about to say, I think you're gonna ask that man that off top of you said we all J. Cole fans.
I mean,
That's a lot of look.
Hey, I spit out. That's the one. That's on my Instagram. If they don't know your dream, they can't shoot them down.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I can't spit one off the top of my head because I got something. No, I said, how you just gonna ask that?
I mean,
What's yours?
I mean,
I know, right?
I don't really.
Or what music do you listen to? They're like,
They're like, well, maybe dance.
yeah, not make you dance, like they like uplift your spirits, you know.
I don't know. I just got moves. Like, you feel thuggish, you feel lovish, you feel all that. So it's like different songs, different playlists. I got playlists.
I ain't gonna lie. Like another person that I would listen to. I love old school. Nita Baker. Like it depends what like. I listen to Nita Baker. If it ain't cold, it's gonna be a Nita Baker.
Oh yeah, Anita Baker, come always slap, okay?
So yeah, or gospel music depends.
I got playlists.
I need to just always. I like gospel music. I need to start listening to more gospel music. But I like the upbeat gospel music because I'm just like the type of person. I don't like
So is she
slow.
like
Set
it's
Ty
not
Tribbett,
worship?
Kirk Franklin.
Is it worship or
What's
praise?
I like the
Praise,
You like-
yes.
the Clark sisters.
Oh yeah, Clark sisters.
That's my one. Tasha Cobbs, baby. Let me tell y'all, like you wonder, y'all really think like the frequencies of different music make you feel certain ways, but that's why worship music like makes you feel so good inside. You ain't got to even worry, but like it makes you feel this happiness and this joy.
So we got worship music. It uplifts your spirit. Worship music
Yeah.
uplifts my spirit too. But I don't know if y'all listen to like K-Tronda music, like the artist K-Tronda. Yeah, wrong. But yeah, I listen to that music. It like kind of like pumps me. When you go to like, I don't know if they play it in like Forever 21 or House, like stores like that. They play like that upbeat music.
Yeah.
It's not elevated music, but it's like the
That's store music.
like
Yeah,
that kind of
that's-
music. Not even like that on that. Not even on that type stuff, but yeah, that bounce music.
You from the world? I respect that.
Yep.
That's all I want to know what y'all listen to.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for tuning in with us, listening to us talk about mental health. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next week.